In this video, I'm going to go over a tip that could cut your Nuzlocke attempts in half. It's not flashy, nor is it technical, but it is by far one of the most overlooked and forgotten methods to improve your ability to strategize and team build in all Nuzlockes. You may think I'm about to talk about one of these tips listed here, and while these are all fantastic ways to improve your Nuzlocking skills, the concept I want to share with you today is even simpler and could make all of the difference in your future attempts. This one is going to be short and sweet, so let's get into it. I want you to think about an attempt in one of your Nuzlockes that you lost. Think about who it was that you lost to, how you felt, and then how you proceeded. Depending on who we wiped to and in what game, most of us probably felt pretty bummed out at first. But we pick ourselves up, and then we reset our game to try again. During this process, we might look back on the fight, think about exactly what had happened, and how we plan on shifting our strategy for the next time we get to that point in the game. Questions come up, such as, what Pokemon could I have used instead? What moves could I have used instead? Did I utilize my abilities and items properly? Could I have made a strategic sacrifice or pivot at any point that would have turned the tides in my favor? If you take the time to think about how you could have done better and come up with a revised strategy, you will obviously improve your chances against that foe in the future. But what if that new strategy doesn't work? What if you get all the way back to that point in the game and fail again? What if that happens several more times before you finally get through it? Countless hours of wasted time that I've experienced quite a few times myself. Well, here's a fun fact about Nuzlockes that I think a lot of us tend to forget, and it really drives home the point I'm trying to make in this video. Nuzlockes are self-imposed challenges. You ready for that super secret tip? Instead of just thinking about what you could have done better and resetting the game, heal up your party, take that new strategy you just thought of, go straight back to that fight, and try again. I can already hear the gatekeepers now. Well, you see, as soon as you white out, you need to reset your game immediately and try again. Otherwise, nothing counts. Blah, 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 blah. Well, I don't care, and you shouldn't either. There's nothing in the game's code that is stopping you from continuing your run so you can learn more about the challenges in front of you, even if it's just for the fight that you just wiped on. This way, you can experiment with your new ideas and see if they work before resetting the game for the next attempt. I can't even begin to tell you how many attempts I started saving when I realized I could do this. It's weird because I feel like a lot of us fall into this trap at some point, where we forget that these rules aren't being forced upon us by anybody else but ourselves. Let's bring in our boy Watson for today's video to use as a recent example of one of my own playthroughs. Not too long ago, I started another hardcore Nuzlocke run of Pokemon Emerald, but with dark types only. I'm really excited about doing more of these in the future because it forces me to play with Pokemon that I would either never encounter due to rarity, or that I would never choose to use personally. This run started off super great, until I hit the hard-ass wall that is Watson. I won't go into too much detail, but let's just say I had a bad time. I wiped the first time, reset the game, got all the way back to Watson with a brand new strategy, wiped again, and then the cycle continued. This happened 3 more times. At one point, I actually thought I had gotten unlucky during the second attempt, and so I ended up using the same strategy in the third attempt and wiped again. I was incredibly frustrated, not because my strategies weren't working, but because I thought I had to grind all the way back to Watson just to try the next strategy out. For anyone else looking to try this particular challenge, please use the tip in this video to experiment with this fight because it is hell. But this is also just a great example in general for any Nuzlocke. Don't waste all of those hours trekking all the way back to where you fell just to finally try out your next strategy. Think about what you could have done better, come up with a new plan, get back in there, and try again. And with that, this video is now over. If anything, I hope this video was a nice little reminder to not take your rule set so seriously in your playthroughs. I mean, come on. If our goal is to become better Nuzlockers, why wouldn't we use these opportunities to try out our new ideas and make our experience more fun as well? Please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it, and let me know if you found this helpful. If you have any other simple tips that worked for you in your playthroughs, share those as well. That's it from me. I'll see you next time.